A pleasure to meet all at last, and welcome back to HJN Get Creative, where I talk about tools and other such things commonly associated with these things. So of course, we're going to have a lot to talk about based on other tools, objects, and devices of all sorts that commonly relate to the likes of construction, fabrication, etc. One tool in particular that I feel like could be worth mentioning are binoculars. You're probably wondering, what does this have to do with tools, construction, etc.? Well, binoculars actually do play a pretty big role in a number of different things. The biggest thing about the binoculars is their usage of telescoped vision. Unlike that of actual telescopes, which are typically meant for extremely long distance things such as stargazing and planet searching, the usage of binoculars is basically a small fraction of what the telescopic power of a telescope is capable of. The kind of telescopic power that is offered in binoculars is typically ranged depending on what kind of model you have. And basically, if it's a really advanced one, you could expect to see well into the miles in terms of distance between your own position and the object or anything in particular that you plan on looking from a safe distance. There's always the chance that somebody could be watching something, let's say a meteorite strikes the ground, or a certain explosion takes place in a certain place in time. Well, there's always the chance of that happening, which could of course prove to be dangerous if you happen to be close to it, and sometimes even at a relative distance away from the ground zero itself, it could still become an extreme danger. So of course that's why we have ourselves the good old binoculars, and a means to help us view things from a safe distance. But for the most part, binoculars don't necessarily play a whole lot in terms of construction or tools or whatnot, but rather as a handy object for viewing certain things, especially if they prove to be dangerous. And so, basically speaking, that concludes another piece of HJN history. So I will be back with more content, and hopefully there will be plenty more to come in the history of tools and other such objects and devices that will be worth talking about here in Get Creative.